This guy is an entropy head. I actually made him specifically for entropy head. He's a monster that winds up in the bathroom. And he's only in, like, one scene. Not like, he's only in one scene. Really one panel. And I'll show what he looks like in the actual book. We photographed him, her, I haven't decided, them, on a blue screen. And then I did edit him into the comic. This is actually not the final version. And then I altered a picture of him from the side, because I took a couple different photos, different views, so that I could then do this image, and you see a very sketchy Matthew. I promise he is not a bunch of lines. Well, I guess technically he is. You know what I mean. He's not like this in the final. See, he has like different forms for when he was growing. I don't know what I'm going to do with those, but this guy, I think, needs a home. You know, like some kind of a, I don't know, a diorama shadow box or something. So I'm going to build him his own little bathroom. Yeah. I keep a lot of crap in here. Found objects, you know. So we're going to see if I have something bathroomy. I have a couple different options for bathroom mirror, but because I have this toilet, I'm going to go with the white one so it all matches. Also look at the teeny tiny toilet paper. Also found a bathtub. So my plan of shadow box might actually have to be a full diorama, because these things won't fit. I'll think about it. I have these backgrounds that I never used for product photos, so I'm trying to decide which would look like a bathroom wallpaper. And I think it's going to be one of these two. Okay, so I'm going to have a box. And this I'm going to have Rob make for me. So it's going to be customized to whatever size, shape, nonsense. It's actually probably going to be a square. It's probably going to be a square, actually. So let's just start over. Square. I could have made the canvas a square. I could have done that, but I didn't. So, it is what it is. Boo-boo. Boo-boo. So I've got that piece, right, of basically wallpaper we're going to have back there. And then the other color that's a little off, I'm just going to put on the sides. I've got another thing for the floor. But I figure bathtub here. Big, gross bathroom monster. Be here. His little mouth. That's not what he looks like. He has an eyeball here. Then mouth. Then mouth. Spooky. And then I have two others of basically him. So I'm thinking one of them can go on one wall. And then the other one can be on the other. Maybe at an angle. Because the logic of the line this way was that it was in like tile. We're not going to have tile, which means he can go wherever I want him to go. And then we'll have the toilet. That's not what a toilet looks like. Close enough. And the mirror? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Mirror on this wall. That works. And then he's kind of looking at that one. Over here. Okay. And then I don't know what goes here. Maybe he just gets moved over. We can have the newspaper just here, like you were reading it on the toilet. You specifically, you as a person, you were reading it on the toilet in this. Losing my mind. But that works. What ceiling? Ceiling? I don't know, maybe light? Ooh, maybe light. Maybe light actually, like, functioning light. Right? Maybe. Sure. Okay. Wait. Monster here. Window with a bird on it. I have the bird. I have the little cute dinky bird. 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 Okay. I decided that I didn't like the big tub, and I can't find the tub that actually went with this guy, nor could I find the sink. So I bought a whole new set that doesn't include a mirror, which means I'm still going to use my own little this guy that I had from before. Fine, because it's still a white set. And it's coming from the UK, so that's going to be like a week or two. You'll have a home eventually, I promise. I got a box. I got a box.
You want to be on Wiki Feet?
I really
I
want
see.
to.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah. Waiting all day? Waiting all... Yeah? Waiting all day to get played with? Yeah, who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Nix. Nix, who has one brain cell? Who's got two thoughts? Alright, package.
Package. It's so much tape. What? How do I... Here it is. I don't want to stab myself.
Please don't.
Haha!
What is it? It's a box.
It's another... Why is there so much packaging?
So in the bag there was a box that had a box.
In the
I
bag...
didn't know you were ordering boxes.
In the bag there was more packaging, and then more packaging, and then more packaging, and I don't know.
How small is this thing actually?
It's so small. So small. Oh my god, there's more boxes. Anyway, so there's a toilet and a sink, and I assume this is the tub.
Oh, yay!
So.
I remember you ordering these. These came from England.
Yeah. For no reason. Like, I absolutely could have just, but, yes.
Well, these were the sizes you wanted for the shadow box thing you're
Yes.
getting.
Yes. And I'm very excited about it.
Good. Show me the tub.
Here's the tub.
So, ooh, yeah, it all fits together real nice.
Yes. So
Look at
I'm
that.
pleased. Very pleased.
Good.
With the dogs.
Puppies. I present to you Puppy.
So these can go upstairs, and then I can maybe get started on the actual, like, putting it together.
Yay.
Yeah. Alright, so we have paper for background, and for sides, and for roof, floor. Yes, walls. Walls is the word I was looking for, walls. And we have our guy that needs a little work now, needs a little help, because he's been slightly broken, I bet you can tell. But he's missing a piece. I've got the piece, though. It's reattachable. It's fine, you'll be fine, baby, it's okay. We have the other versions of my little guy. Little baby versions. We also have other little props I might use, maybe, we'll see. And now we have our bathroom. We have two toilets we can choose from. The whites are not actually the same white. One is a warm and one is more of a cool, and I'm not sure if everybody can see the difference. Probably not. That might just be a me thing. But also we have two mirrors. I was unaware that this kit came with an extra mirror. Extra mirror. I suppose it's just the kit, but I already had a mirror. So I get to decide now. The one I already had the little gold details, which goes with, like, you know, little gold. Now that does mean I'm going to have to repair that little chain. Little pull chain, you know, the flesh. But that kind of works out because I have this necklace that I never wear because the chain is a little longer than I want it to be. I was going to task Rob with shortening this for me anyway, since he's the jewelry guy. I'll just keep a little piece of it, and that will flush my toilet. He will also need a little bit of a touch-up paint-wise, and he got a little bendy. But that's right, he's malleable a little bit. He's fixable. So I'm just gonna put some stuff to weigh him down a little bit. Just, you know, nothing big, just a little there. He'll be fine. Rob makes jewelry. We have a lot of beads. And I've decided that one of these guys is going to be the flush handle for our toilet. Unless I find something better. This might be better. I wound up with too many options. But, okay. I think this one is too long. I think this one kind of goes with him a little too much. Like, I want him to stand out. So that leaves these two. This one's pretty, but this one I think makes more sense. Imagine the teeny tiny little hand that we're grabbing this to flush. And this is a little thinner and a little less. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. This is the winner. Alright, so I've got two different types of chain I can use. This one would be much easier, but this one I think is going to look better. Yeah, just tiny little chain up here. Yeah. Yeah, I think it kind of has to be this one. It's fine. It's fine. Ta-da! Probably too long. Whatever. I don't care. Point is, the toilet can flush now. I mean, not really, but, you know. I mean, listen, there's no plumbing. But technically, there's a flush now. Here we have the scribbles of Rob and a little bit of me trying to figure out what the angles are going to be on this thing. Because I was thinking one side could be maybe shorter than the other, and he was the one who was like, oh, forced perspective, which means the back has to be shorter and, you know, smaller. This is going to be a weird looking box. Just a weird looking box. Okay. I'm going to plan this out. I'm going to make a mock diorama thing out of cardboard. And I use this paper. I'm going to cut out like basic shapes, basic size relevance to each other. And I'm going to figure it out. Double-sided tape. Option 1 goes sink, toilet. Toilet actually in the back. And then you kind of look off to the side and there's the rest of the guy with the window. Option 2 has no angle out. It's just, you know, basically right angles with a shorter wall over here and then a longer wall over here. But I was thinking we could maybe make a little lamp, right? Maybe. Battery operated. So the options are that, or Rob and I agreed this is better because he's front and center, and then I was thinking either the window could be a light source or there could be a hanging light, and then you said what?
Do you want it to be an actual 2-scale working bathroom light switch?
Maybe.
Because it's possible, it is work, but it's not that much work because you're only really changing one thing. Because you need the light, the battery, and the switch. So we're essentially just making a customized switch, which a lot of dollhouses, like, I've seen these in dollhouses, so they might just have pre-mates for these.
Yeah, because I'd like this to be sort of a book nook.
Yeah.
In which case, the lid of it, like the ceiling, I don't need it to be very big. I don't need it to go across the whole thing.
Okay. When we're planning for that, what we should do is we should hit up a train hobby store. Because those often double as...
That's true.
As dollhouse stores, and this is when my dad made my sister the dollhouse out of all the pieces. He got all the pieces from a train hobby store in Rensselaer. So we'll check and see if that's still in business. That had working chandelier lights.
Because alternatively, we put a tiny little LED behind where the window goes. And we have the window just be a light source as well as having a little picture.
Yeah.
Because I could do that too and just make whatever I make the scenery out of be very thin so the light goes through it.
Yeah.
So we got two options for lights.
It depends how dingy you want it. Because there's the LED we get can be a certain color. Like if the inside light, a little blue. If the outside light, very orange.
Right.
So, and it's possible we could just have both, so you could have it be a shadowy bathroom.
Oh my god, we could have both.
But like this is all adding on to the complexity.
I know.
I do like option 2, and I can get you some starting measurements for that.
Yes.
And we can.
I would like both.
Yeah. Like both?
At least to try.
Okay.
And if not, at least like I can just have a window or a lamp that don't work.
Because of the size of LEDs, what I can do is against the back here, the window box is going to bump it out a little bit, so I'll just bump it out like an extra couple of centimeters to put the light up behind. So it illuminates.
Yeah. So I was thinking looking through scrap wood first. If nothing else for the little bits I might need for the window part. What do you think?
Sure. I think we're going to end up buying.
Why not that wood?
Well, you're going to see the particle boardness from the side.
Well, it'll be painted and such.
That's all. I don't know.
I feel like that would be good enough.
All right, if you think it's good enough, we can build it out of here. It's also going to be very wiggly.
At least the initial inner part, because you had talked about having inner part versus an outer box.
To faux out a like an angle, but I wouldn't build like it's going to be very heavy then. If this is the thinnest thing in there, it's going to be pretty heavy. So you'd have to buy it, but they have wood that's this, but half as thick.
All right.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay. So that would just be a
Quick
Trip
trip
to
for
the
lumber.
store. Yeah.
Probably get it done in one 8x6 board.
Okay.
The cross section.
That wouldn't be bad.
Maybe not.
Because I'm okay with using multiple kinds of wood too.
Yeah, it'd be wiggly, but
And faux wood.
you'd get it done.
Yeah.
Do you want it to be as good as possible, or do you want to only use things we already have?
But I think in terms of the wood, I can make it look good.
Okay.
Because I suppose if it's supposed to stay on a shelf, what'll be important is whatever is holding weight, like the monster itself, like that wall,
Yeah.
that's going to matter. That's going to need to be stronger.
We could use these for sides and not front and back.
Right. So that's the thought.
Also a possibility. So,
I made things confusing.
after much debating, well, you just confused right and left. So, figured out, I'm going to make it 12 inches high. The back's going to be 11 wide. The right side's going to be 7 wide, and the left side's going to be 5 wide to give it that angle that you want.
Right. And that might mean switching where the sink is versus the toilet, but either way, the tub is always in the same spot, and it doesn't really matter ultimately. Once I have the walls,
Yeah.
then I can apply the things to the walls.
Yeah. So, on my next thing is getting the wood to be this size and show you how that turns out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's get a poplar board. Or, let's see. Yeah, we'll go poplar.
Fantastic.
Well, how tall are these supposed to be? Some of these are taller than others. That looks fine. It'll fit in the car.
Changed his mind.
Well, because this one costs as much as 3 feet of the other board, and you get the whole 8 feet, so.
We're gonna have to cut it to get in the car, though.
Maybe.
Already cut.
This is why you keep, this is why you shop around for wood. Because this one, there's a little few more options. You can find a really good board. But not that one. This one, very few knots. Oh, that one's split though. So now, this is why you shop around for wood. That one's got a grimy side. Oh, one shot. I'll deal with it. You good? You good. So yeah, $12.
Alright.
12 instead of 23, half the size, we can still get all the pieces we need out of that. Well, hello there. Enjoy my wood?
You made Roxy walk away. Nope, 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 nope. Don't do that. Hey, that's your sister. Don't do that.
Yeah!
Nixon just happened to be here.
Yeah! Sister! Okay, so 12, so we'll set it to 12, we'll cut 3, then we'll set it to 7, and then we'll set it to, then we'll set it to 11, 7, and 5. Okay, we'll start with 12. So this is the bottom, this is the back. This will be angled because it's going to go 7 to 5 in this
Right.
direction, but I don't want to do that yet because I have to remeasure because it has to come out 7 from here, so the piece actually has to include this.
Right.
So I have to remeasure from here to 7 out from here, and then which should be here. Then so 5 from here, and then that'll determine what the cut is actually.
Right, right. Okay. And if we were to put a window in this guy, could we?
Yeah, we just core out the. I'd probably go around the knot if the placement worked, or I'd just flip it, so we didn't have to deal with it if it was in the way.
Yeah.
Because you want to cut midway through the knot, so this
Right.
might be better for that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Otherwise, we have to do it to get the knot fully out. Because again, part of a knot means you're gonna probably lose the rest of it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, so this way then.
All right, so I'll mark it this way.
Mm-hmm.
That way up. Me that piece. Just extrapolate it. That's all square. So 6 and what is that? 6 and out of 6 and 13/16? 13/16. 6 and 13/16. I gotta install it also it's square, but that'll be the box.
Nice.
Once it's somewhat in square, I will put the
Do you need another hand?
I need a flat piece of wood. It's just long enough not to get my fucking wire.
Nice.
That'll be it. So tomorrow I'll get that cut and I can get it assembled.
Since this is the paper for the back wall, these are going to be the side walls, but there's not enough paper to cover both. I'm going to have them have, you know, where there's like wallpaper and then there's something else here. And Rob was thinking this part could also have more, like more texture. So I'm thinking we can make it thicker just with some cardboard and then use this one. And I'll make that edge happen on that back wall too. And then it'll all match. It'll make sense, I promise. Mod Podge. Mod. It's just Mod Podge. I call it Mod Podge.
Everyone calls it Mod Podge. I've never heard Mod Podge.
It's Mod Podge.
It's Mod Podge.
And it's glued shut, so I'm gonna see about a husband opening it. I'm gonna do the initial Mod Podging over on this tiny little table. And then I'll just move it as I get done with each piece over somewhere else to dry. I don't care how goopy and messy it is. This is ancient podge. But it's still working. It's still glue. And that's really all I need it to be. Some of these are a little longer than they need to be, and that'll be trimmed. They can also be folded down. Actually, it'll probably be folded down. And I don't care how messy it is because it's supposed to be a dingy bathroom. Don't at me. The fun thing about this all being on video is that you just saw that he drew the little arrow, right? And like, you know that this knot is specifically over here and not up there where the window's gonna be. Like, you know that because you saw it. It was a while ago for me, so I'm assuming that. I think this is true. Yes. Since I didn't record it, I could lie to you and say this went really smoothly, but it didn't. It didn't, and I'm not gonna lie to you. In the interest of science, I'm telling you the truth. This was a mess. It was gross, but I got it, And once it dries, I'm going to cut it off of this piece of cardboard. And it will act as like, sometimes it's bricks. It'll just be a different texture on the bottom half of all the pages where I cut it, and you were there, I told you. Now we just wait for all of the pieces to dry. Even that guy. Did I get impatient and cut them all out before the glue was fully dry? Yes. Did I kinda have to need to do that anyway because I had to cut slightly under the paper in order for it to look nice later? Yes. Will it look nice? No, it's not going to look nice later anyway, but it's fine. It's fine. You are so much more chill than I am right now. Just unconscious. Also chill. Less unconscious. I'm gonna pet you. I'm gonna pet you, yeah. Oh, sweet baby girl. Teach me your chill ways. Some finagling was done. Now that part's all glued. That's still the same. This might need to be trimmed. It does need to be trimmed. Didn't film my trim job because it was messy. And now that'll all go to the garage.
Yay!
Hi, Nix.
Nick, you're not fucking laughing.
Hello. You may hear the thunder. That's because it is wet.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Nice, so we have obvious bottom versus top for each wall.
Oh, is that going to affect your height?
What do you mean?
I was going to do it like this.
Does it matter?
Well, then... No, it doesn't. You're right. Because those are going to go on the bottom too. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I helped.
You'll still need to hold this piece.
And I will. I will do my best to not feel in danger.
That will keep you safe.
I no longer helped.
You did help. I just held this one while One.
Floor.
Fleur.
Fleur.
Well. Alright, so this is gonna...
Yay!
Ta-da!
Yay!
You did it.
My weird little room. So please. Yes, please. You can hear Rob doing more stuff outside. So this part is broken off, and my thought is that I might either keep it that way and just reattach, or buff that part down and let it be somewhere else. I don't know. But this is about where I want the window. Rob's gonna show me there's balsa wood somewhere in this house. Balsa's soft, and soft enough that I can cut it with like an X-Acto knife. So this will be window, and then there needs to be a larger, jutting out more window sill for a little birdie. And that, just because I think it's nice, I might paint that. I might paint everything. Once we know the size of the frame, Rob's going to go in and cut a hole in this, just right in the wall. And then I can also make the window, like the actual picture that's going to be the outside. But it's all contingent on making that frame. And that's on me. Oh no. An up and down window, rather than horizontal or vertical, situation is probably going to be better here. It'll fit better. Doesn't have to go too high up. It can be kind of here. Leftovers from a different project. Hypothetically, this would be the little ridge part shelfy thingy. These for top and bottom. These for sides. I don't know. Rob has handed me a micro saw. This feels dangerous. Fun fact. Rob pictures me much larger and stronger than I actually am. I got it, but at what cost? So I did go out and say, hey Rob. So he's gonna help me. Because in theory I could do this, but it would take a really, really long time. Technically you're the right tool for the job, I think. So a thing that I often forget about myself is that after 2004, I'm not really exclusively right-handed. If you need me to do like detail work in a commission, sure, I'm doing that with my right hand. If you need me to hold something for a long time or open a jar, it's with lefty. It's with this guy. He's not dexterous for shit, but he's strong. Bobby's gonna help me with the rest of it because this was a pain in my butt. We have top, we have bottom, we have shelfy thingy. Good. Okay. And then these two will be the sides, as in these two, because they're so small. If any of you get into miniatures or you're already into them, whether it's painting tiny, tiny little things, or it's building tiny, tiny little things, or it's just buying extremely expensive tiny, tiny little things, why did I get into this? Why am I doing this? Because it'll look cool. Now Rob is helping me.
I help. Tiny little saw.
Glue. Glue. Trying to weight it down, but that's not going to matter, because it just kind of is what it is. This guy, I don't want him on the ground, he's just going to be kind of hovering. He could maybe be even a little taller than that. Just, yeah. More like that. Yeah. Yeah. And then there's the little window that I think there makes sense. Could be lower. I don't know. I'm gonna have Rob give his opinion because I think that's good, but I don't really want the final say on this. I don't know why I don't. There's no way to be wrong. I traced around the inside on the actual thing itself. And now I have this guy where I'm gonna do that kind of again to figure out how big the piece of paper needs to be. But I also have, I never used this on my phone, and I have two of them. And so, what if glass, you know? You know? Professional. So.
What you arting?
Outside.
Window view.
Yeah. So I figure, like, there could be a tree here. It's a real stupid looking tree. That's a real stupid looking tree. Gonna make it a little less dumb looking. Make it a bigger tree. You can hear Nick's barking in the background. That's always fun.
Our pizza might be here.
Pizza might be here. And how about some clouds? Maybe a bird. Maybe another bird. Make it just be grass.
Nice view.
I don't know about like anything else.
12 round.
Maybe there's a path to somewhere.
Yes, you definitely want your bathroom looking out into a path where people are going to be walking by.
This is a horror.
That is
situation.
true. It is a horrible. Yeah, that's a horror situation.
Like, just saying. Yeah. So I'm gonna color this with probably Prismacolor markers because I have them and I haven't used them in so long. They're dusty. Oh my god. They're dusty. It's horrible. Ta-da!
Windows up to. Sorry.
So I got this thing. I was deciding between one side or the other, so I'm just doing both and seeing what happens. Note to self and anyone watching this, never do that. Never do what I did. Never cut the hard plastic with this thing. Don't do it. But this plastic, the soft cover nonsense, okay. Didn't shatter like the other one. You see. Much better. This is purple now. This is glued. You will notice it is shiny. Light through it. Yes, better example. Ahem. Ahem. Yes. Window. So like I said, I had traced the inside of the frame, so if it winds up a little larger than that, that's totally fine.
Okay.
This is the minimum hole.
I want it to, I don't want to drill through the bottom.
Smart. Preparing for surgery.
First I drill holes to create a guide, and then I go in with a saw from the other side.
Looks like a domino from hell.
This side, I can drop a saw in there and just...
I imagine aiming for the outside at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Still thinking about how I'm going to finish the front. But the top is going to be a ceiling that matches the floor in terms of shape. And there's only going to be the one lamp. I'm going to get a little lamp. That's going to be so much money, but whatever. And it's going to be the only thing on the ceiling, and that's going to be up here. As the ceiling would be. Yep. Oh god. What am I doing? Hello. So I'm touching him up because he's been through some things. He's been around for years at this point. And once he's all as good as he's gonna get, I even had to repair a little bit because this part wasn't attached. I had to reattach an appendage. I painted this part black so that when we see that through his little mouth, it kind of looks like beyond him is just the ether, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And you had cut that hole for me.
Yep.
So now that's all glued in place.
We'll put a light behind it so it shines.
Yeah, and I might do something paint-wise on the bird still. I haven't decided. But the tub will be here, and he'll be in here, and I'm gonna make sure that's all set before I do the other two walls. Ta-da! This is in progress.
Slow zoom on the monster. Slow zoom.
I think his name might be Carl.
I'm ready for my close-up. Too close. Too close. Back off.
I know this is madness since he's already glued in his little pictures, but like, Bob makes jewelry and he had the little, these guys. So I trimmed two down and they're gonna be little nails to put in the little frames and the madness. I'm gonna make a rug. And I don't know what colors to use. I think purple should be one of them because of the window. Fart noises are totally useful. And then I need two other colors to go with the purple. Okay, these are my colors. My goal is to this size. Make rug this size? Yes. Okay. Braiding forever. Yeah, these little guys clipped to the string to weigh them down a little bit. And that's been making it easier to just kind of flop back and forth to make the forever braid. Rug. Yes. So this is the tiny little Yes, ceiling lamp. Lamp!
You love
so,
lamp.
So my thoughts is it has the tiny little on switch actually on the thing.
We don't have to wire it?
First of all, we don't have to wire it. Second of all, once you, my darling, make the ceiling, I think we should put a little magnet so that people can just, whoever buys it can just take it off the ceiling, turn it on, stick it back up. Just something where they can just remove it.
Yeah, they should be able to remove it to replace the
Yeah.
battery.
Because I don't want to put it on permanently so they can't like ever replace the battery
100%.
entirely. Yeah. That'll work. That's going to be the ceiling.
So we're assuming the top and the bottom are...
It should be the same,
Should
right?
be. Should be. We can always trim it if it's not.
You think the bottom would be bigger than the top?
I'm just saying angles happen.
That's true.
But the way is flipping it, which if it's not like, I don't know how gentle.
You look so grumpy from this angle. Yeah.
Everything's going topsy-turvy.
Yeah.
Just to make sure everything's okie dokie. It's puppy B-roll. Something fell, and I don't know why.
I'm gonna sand it up
I can't let my watch get splinters.
because it'll be like.
Parks, you want to come in? So the whole family's inside. We'll turn on the air. We'll keep it cool for you.
I still don't know how I'm gonna paint the outside. I feel like it should be something. Hello. Everybody inside now. We have ceiling. We have these for, what are they called? Beams.
Beams.
We have wood glue. We need to, we need to cut these.
You want two?
Maybe, or three. I don't know. What do you think looks nice?
I think two will be good spacing. If we do one like here and one like here, it gives space for the light.
Yeah.
Alright, so.
He's got an Exacto knife.
Hey.
This thin wood. Gluey. Gluey.
Good.
Thank you for helping me with this project.
Of course. You are my wife. My partner. I'll make sure that everything is good. So, all wood glued down. Tomorrow we'll paint it.
And then after it's painted, then I can glue on the light.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little glossy. So Rob figures with the little light, that'll help because it'll then reflect. You're gonna be so... You'll be so well lit. Now it is white. I used a smaller brush to get in the little nooks. And I don't care so much about the sides. Like this side I care about because it's the front. But the other sides, I'm going to be painting something else later anyway. And this part didn't really matter because it's going to be covered by the wood, but just in case. So that's all glued. Waiting for that to dry. But effectively, you see? That'll be where the lamp goes. Singular heavy book. Much better. And yeah, there's still like a little bit of outside coming in, but that's fixable. Hi. How's it going? Ha! Ha yeah. Okay. So I'm putting it up there. Yeah. There. Ha ha. So the only other thing I want to do is to finish the outside of this better.
Don't forget the light behind the window.
And the light behind the window. Some kind of LED, really? LED situation. And yeah. And I'll paint the top and sides and whatever, probably black, I don't know. You're so close to being done though. Rob agrees that he should do the LED stuff for the window before I do any paint. But my thought is that after the LED, I'm going to use hot glue to make some designs and to finish off some edges here, and then paint over all of that so it'll have this neat like design and texture work underneath, little 3D. Might even make a little, you know, frame situation on this side. And yeah, then I can call it done. We'll see. We'll see.
Oh, look at the puppies.
Puppies. Look at the puppies. This thing. This is light. I don't know how this works.
It's got different settings, but...
So it's got a battery pack.
Yep.
And then it turns on. So, yeah, I'm thinking you can just kind of slap it on there.
I don't think it gets hot.
So how are you thinking it gets attached?
Yeah, just like that.
How do you think it gets attached?
I mean, glue or tape. I could just tape it on.
Alright, so this is the whole thing. That's pretty cool!
That's pretty cool.
So the plan is I'm applying some hot glue. And letting there be some kind of tendrils going on, because I'm going to then paint over it with black and red. And that's how I'm finishing the edges here, and that's how the front is going to be. The back and sides will have similar, but this first. Then I'll have to flip the whole thing over and hope it doesn't all fuck up. We'll see. New hot glue gun, by the way. Making everything goopy. The back is not at all done yet because we're going to paint it first so that then we can do the attaching with the Velcro and everything else. And okay, so I didn't film any of this, but I have painted the whole, all of it, and actually using a headlamp to show you. I had this on my head because conveniently Rob uses this all the time. So I asked him if I could use it, and the answer was yes, of course.
We have more than one. That one can be yours.
I could have my own headlamps, that's right.
I don't need 3 of them. You can have one.
I don't often need a headlamp. But yeah, so this is all, this part is done. I'll do better shots for a reveal when it's all over, but when it's all over, no. We still need to put the light over the window on the back here. So that'll be next after this is all dry. And there'll be a Velcro situation for the battery pack and yada yada yada. Okay. So here's the battery pack. It doesn't have to be attached, which is kind of convenient. And we need this side to make sure it's this way, no matter what. Because then they can just replace the batteries whenever they want. That just slides open. And it did have a little clippy part, which was on with just a little screw. So he got rid of that for me, so it's flat. But first, Rob had the idea that I should paint the inside of this little window, including the ceiling of it. Because it is a glossy paint, it's the same paint we used previously on the ceiling. And that should help the light come through a little bit warmer. I know it's a blue light. Not really blue, but you know what I mean, cool versus warm light. So, we'll see what that does. And even if it does nothing, whatever, having it be more white on the inside should make it a little brighter. We'll see. But, that works. It doesn't have to be perfect because this is going to be entirely covered. This is the back.
Velcro.
This is a strong Velcro.
Strong.
Ta-da!
Ta-donk. So we'll just use some tape or some glue. That'll be there. And we'll be done.
I was thinking hot glue.
We can use hot glue. Do you have the hot glue gun?
Yes.
I'm doing it, so if it fails, it's my fault.
That is not why.
That's why.
Would you like me to?
No, I got it.
So it's done. It, my child, my boy, or girl, or them, this. And I'm going to be selling my child. That doesn't sound great out of context.
Do you want to maybe take another
Nope. Nope.
another swing at that?
Doing it live.
All right.
We are going to be selling this. I say we because Rob will be there. This will be with us at our next convention, however many conventions we need to be at until somebody buys this. And at that point, I can make something else.
Yay!
So yeah, thanks for joining me on this adventure.
Congratulations on your finished project.
Thank you. I birthed him. I birthed him and you all watched.
Yes.
Pervs. Rock on.
Rock on.